Most players call mesh and treat it like chaos. They snap the ball, stare at the middle, and hope one of the shallow crosses wins. That is why the play feels random. Mesh is not random. Mesh is built to create traffic, force man coverage to chase through bodies, and give you a clean outlet when the defense takes away the first window. In Madden 26, if you understand the spacing and the timing, mesh turns into one of the safest ways to move the chains. The goal of this video is to slow the play down so you know exactly why the throw is there before you press the button. The simple version is this. Mesh gives you two shallow crosses working across the field, an answer sitting in space, and usually a back or secondary route that can become the outlet. The crosses are not just there to run away from coverage. They are there to stress leverage. Against man, they create rub/traffic and make defenders chase horizontally. Against zone, they force the defense to pass routes off, which opens the settle window right behind the traffic. That is the whole reason this concept has lasted for so long. It gives the quarterback answers without asking for a perfect pre-snap picture. For this video, we are looking at mesh through a few Madden 26 looks. The base spread Y-slot style mesh, the tray open version, and the split slot open mesh post wheel look. The exact formation can change, but the teaching does not. You are still looking for spacing, man leverage, the shallow crossers, and the outlet. Once you see that structure, the play stops feeling like a bag of routes and starts feeling like a progression. That matters because Madden formations can dress the same idea in different clothes, and you still need one clean way to organize the read. Before the snap, do not overcomplicate it. Ask two questions. First, is the defense giving me man leverage where a crosser can run away across the field? Second, is there enough spacing for my outlet if the middle gets squeezed? Mesh is strong because you do not need a perfect picture. You just need to know where the traffic is forming and which route becomes available after the first collision point clears. If you can answer those two questions before the ball is snapped, the play already has a plan instead of turning into a reaction drill. After the snap, your first job is to feel the shallow crosses. If man coverage is trailing, the crosser that wins leverage becomes the easy answer. You do not need to wait for a huge highlight. A clean catch in stride for 5 or 6 yards is a win. The mistake is holding the ball until both crosses are past the window. Mesh is built on timing, late turns, easy yards into contact. The ball should come out while the receiver is winning, not after the defense has recovered and squeezed the throwing lane. Against zone, mesh changes shape. You are not always throwing the runner across the field. Sometimes the best answer is the settle window, where the route throttles down between defenders after the shallow traffic pulls eyes away. This is where spacing matters. If your eyes are calm, you can let the crosser stretch the underneath coverage, then hit the route sitting down before the window closes. You are not waiting forever. You are letting the underneath defenders declare themselves, then taking the space they leave behind. The outlet is what keeps mesh from becoming desperate. If the crosses are covered and the settle window is muddy, you still have somewhere to go with the ball. That is the difference between running a concept and hunting a route. You are not forcing the middle. You are reading the traffic, checking the timing, and taking the outlet when the defense wins the first part of the down. That may feel boring, but boring is useful when it turns second and long into third, and manageable, or keeps a drive alive. This is why mesh is so annoying for man coverage. The defenders have to chase through rub traffic, and even a half step of contact can create leverage. Your job is not to manufacture a miracle. Your job is to recognize when the chase defender is late. Throw the ball before the receiver runs into the next body, and let the concept do its job. The more disciplined your timing is, the less risky the throw feels. When you see that trail position, trust the concept and deliver the ball before the window becomes crowded. The mesh post wheel version adds a second layer. The shallow crosses still create the traffic, but now the defense also has to respect the wheel and the vertical stress behind it. That makes the play more dangerous, but the read should still stay simple. Do not start by chasing the big throw. Start with the mesh structure. If the underneath traffic pulls coverage down and the wheel gains space, now you have the explosive answer. If not, come back to the shallow answer or the outlet. This is how you get explosive plays without becoming reckless. The big route is earned by the underneath action, not forced because it looks exciting before the snap. Mesh works when you treat it like a progression, not a guess. Read man leverage, respect the shallow crossers, know the rub traffic points, find the settle window versus zone, keep the outlet alive, and throw on time. Once that checklist is automatic, Mesh travels to every formation.
Seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. And pass complete. His boots. They'll throw with May. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught.